Greetings shippers, welcome back, and it's time to take a look at a shipping and fandom phenomenon that has resulted in a great many pairings and also a good example of community building. Let's take a look at fandom bringing people together and examine the Disney Fem/Slash community. But before we get started, I'm excited to announce that we have a sponsor today. It is once again Alternity Cosmetics. Alternity Cosmetics is known for creating their Persona lip paints, these being lipsticks based around the concept of personas. Each lipstick is tied to a specific persona. They have a backstory, a character, and a color to go along with it. The reason I enjoy partnering with Alternity so much is because of the brand's backstory and their goals. The brand's owner has a long history with fandom and using it as an outlet to escape from chronic illness. And as a result, when they got older, they turned this passion into a brand. Currently, Alternity has a steampunk-based line, but they are planning to expand and do all kinds of other fandom things, such as anime, fairies, cyberpunk, and more. They also want to be a brand associated with fandom, particularly cosplay, which is something I can entirely get behind. Currently, the lipsticks come in a liquid formula, they are matte, and they are cruelty-free. The one I'm wearing today is called Aristocrat. And the reason I felt like it was such a perfect pairing for this video is because we're going to be talking about Disney princesses, and aristocracy aside, let's talk about the princess lip colors. There have been many a Disney collab collection released, but for those who do enjoy cosplaying as the princesses, sometimes the lip colors don't seem to match exactly what they think the princesses' lip colors would look like. A lot of the princesses seem to be going for a nude lip or a your lips but better. And this color, on me at least, definitely made me think of it. If you are lighter or darker than me, this will look slightly different. So this color I very much associate with if you want to do a cosplay but you don't want the lips to be the focal point but still be done. And also, cosplaying doesn't have to be complex, and sometimes if you're not into cosplay, it's nice to just wear a color that makes you think about something or feel like you're another character. People do it all the time. I absolutely adore working with Alternity, for I love the concept of diving into different worlds and exploring them, for that is what so much of fandom is about. So if you're interested in checking them out, I will have the link down below. They retail for $18 US and $22 Canadian. They are a Canadian Toronto-based brand being sold in Consign, a downtown boutique on Queen Street West. If you're in town, drop on by. And now it's princess time. So let's talk Disney princesses and other Disney ladies and pairing them together. Firstly, Disney Fem/Slash is exactly what it sounds like, the process of pairing female Disney characters together. There are many reasons to be drawn to the concept of Disney Fem/Slash. However, it very much helps the shipper if they enjoy crossovers or interconnected worlds. There is a minor debate within the Disney fandom about whether works spanning 2 or more Disney films count as crossovers or not, as they fall under the Disney umbrella. So the idea that each film is its own separate universe versus the idea that all films from the same company can count as one world, even if they are not explicitly connected in the source text, as Disney films will occasionally have small Easter eggs within them that connect certain films to each other, or seem to. When it comes to Disney Fem/Slash, some take the route that all the worlds are connected, or just the ones they need for their pairings purposes, if that is even necessary. As always, AUs that remove the characters from their base setting are always possible, and oftentimes popular. It must be noted that not all works need to leave the purview of their own film, as you will find characters within a single work paired together as well. Some of these have even proved to be controversial. Some are drawn to specific pairings, feeling that characters match or have similar interests or backstories that would make them compatible, and enjoy playing with the concept of mixing and matching, while others are looking specifically for more Fem/Slash and use this endeavor as an opportunity to queer the Disney universe, which does not often provide much canon fodder, at least at the time of this recording. In many ways, Disney Fem/Slash can be a rejection of the heteronormativity of Disney, or the idea that many of the princesses' happy endings are tied to having a relationship with a man. While many reads of the source texts are possible, some prefer a world wherein these female characters they have grown attached to find each other. And of course, one can enjoy both reads, the canonical and the fanon. It must also be noted that Disney Fem/Slash will also oftentimes incorporate female characters who are not strictly Disney based. This is a result of a couple of things: wanting to pull in more characters, and the fact that sometimes these characters are confused with actually being from Disney, even if they are not. For some, this is a facet of Disney, female characters often being the focal point, or if not, at least interesting parts of the narrative that many fans want to spend more time with and develop more, past the confines of their original narratives. What makes Disney Fem/ unique is its very nature has resulted in the growth of an interconnected clique of creators working to produce content for this varied fandom. Now, while some do lurk, or simply enjoy delving in and out, there are some who are completely dedicated to this niche. Fanfiction is of course written for most of the couples that can be formed in the Disney Fem/verse. However, this fandom has a different lifeblood that lies in the realm of manips, edits, and fanvids. Due to the visual nature of the source material coupled with the need to cross verses, many fans have taken it upon themselves to create these encounters visually, using the actual frames from the works themselves. Meaning, on top of fics and traditional fan art, one has intricate photoshopped pieces, or edited ones, that showcase these realms and characters together. These works can take a lot of time, patience, and skill, especially if the creator wants them to appear as seamless as possible. As a result, if one were working alone, a fanvid could take quite some time to complete. As a result, at times these creators will band together in multi-edit productions, or MEPs, wherein multiple editors will come together to produce part of a fanvid, which will often then be made up of multiple pairings, each creator taking a segment of the song in question and editing their couple of choice to it. This can branch outside of Fem/ and into the realm of general Disney and non-Disney MEP works, but it is a tried and true part of the Fem/ community. The effort put into some of these projects, which will at times create entirely new narratives presented visually, sometimes with accompanying text, is something that often goes unnoticed, but is to be admired. Smaller works can also be created, such as GIFs or GIF sets, to showcase a snippet of the pairing in motion. These visual fan creations can in turn convince or entice even more shippers to the pairings, or just the concept, in a way that simply hearing about them or stumbling upon a fic may not, which can be something that fans enjoy about this community, as many credit it with helping them think outside the box when it came to potential couples, or that it helped them work on their world building as they found ways that the characters could meet or how their worlds and stories could intersect. For those new to this concept entirely, let's take a look at some of the popular ships one may encounter, with the caveat that if you can conceive of it, someone somewhere most likely ships it. We've already done a video discussing the pairing of Moana and Ariel, known as Moariel, so if you missed that vid, check it out. Click the card or the link will be down below. When it comes to other pairings, Mulan can find herself to be a bit of a bicycle, given the adventure-based nature of her tale and her desire to escape her destined role, which matches many other princesses' dreams for more than what their environment presents. She also finds herself paired often enough with Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, thanks to a rather subtextually sensually charged plot between the two characters on the series Once Upon a Time, which is an excellent example of adjacent shipping. Another character one is apt to stumble across is Tarzan's Jane Porter. One will find her paired most frequently with Kida from Disney's Atlantis: The Lost Empire, or Captain Amelia from Treasure Planet. Both films get a decent amount of tension in the fan edit community, more so than they did from fans upon their release. Megara is another woman who finds herself in a bicycle or little black dress situation, with her sassy attitude appealing to those who enjoy snark and banter, which can bounce well off of a variety of character types. Really, this is a realm where anything goes. Cinderella and Tiana, Jasmine and Ariel, Alice and Wendy, Esmeralda and Jasmine. It is a realm of possibilities for pairings that are discussed much less frequently in general than their male and het counterparts, though in some swaths of fandom that is changing. It remains to be seen whether that will be a permanent shift or no. However, within the Disney realm, this community can be a great starting point for those looking for more Fem/, or who like to explore less common narratives with a special focus on creative combinations. If one is looking for these communities, Tumblr is a good place to start, even post the adult content purge that took place in December 2018. There are still many active posters and blogs that continue on with their content. While some has been lost, a great deal remains. YouTube can also be a good source to find vids, and one can even stumble across some generous creators who take the time to outline their editing process and give fans a window into how they could get started making works of their own. Then there are the fics, spread across AO3, aka an archive of our own, fanfiction.net, and Wattpad. While one can go to any of these sources and dive in, these platforms are a bit easier to navigate if one knows what pairing they are searching for or would like to start with. Now, like any part of fandom, the Disney Fem/verse is not for everyone. For those who prefer to keep their universes separate, they may be drawn to the more canonically plausible single universe Fem/ ships, rather than the more involved, potentially dimension-breaking ones. Others feel that many of the pairings are a stretch, either in the amount of work that has to be done to bridge the worlds, or in the idea that certain fans are simply seeking to pair two women together regardless of chemistry or plausibility. Others in general steer clear from Disney ships, some in the mindset that Disney is for children, and hence off limits, or that to engage in fanish activity for it past a certain age indicates oddness or a lack of maturity, to which many fans counter that Disney is meant to be for all ages, and that fandom is also for all ages, and that there are different ways to enjoy different parts of fandom, and that not all parts are for children, but that is fine. Mileage on this last point varies. And of course for some, it is simply not their cup of tea, for no real reason in particular. Different strokes for different folks. Just because one may not be a fan of Disney femslash does not mean that they disavow all femslash. It is always important not to assume a base negative intent on the part of one's fellow fans. It can and does happen, but is often not the case. Disney femslash has steadily been growing more and more popular over time as more and more fans discover it, stumbling across it, or actively seeking it out. It has grown as more fans watch Disney films or new films are released, and it will enjoy a secure place within fandom as a love for Disney is a mainstay for many fans, and a generational one at that, even with a push towards some less than flattering reads for certain films, which it must be noted are up for interpretation, as there is frequently more than one way or lesson to take away from the text. For those who are intrigued by this concept, dive in and check it out. You just may find yourself not only a fan, but potentially a member of a community of dedicated shippers and transformative content creators. Are any of you Disney femslash shippers? If so, what's your favorite pairing? Do you stay within Disney or do you bring in some of the other animated features? There are so many ships to choose from in this community. The video could just have been me listing different names. Again, I want to thank Alternity for sponsoring this video. I always enjoy working with them, and also I want to thank all of you for watching. I appreciate you for taking some time out of your day to spend it discussing fandom and ships with me. There are, as always, more videos coming soon, so if you haven't already, please do subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you never miss a vid. I will see you all when I can, and until then, let's get to that outro. Bye-bye. This has been Shipper's Guide to the Galaxy. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Special thanks to all of my patrons, names on the side, for helping to make these videos possible. There are, as always, more videos coming soon, so until then, stay tuned, for there are as many ships out there as there are stars in the sky.